So I just got done watching Captain Marvel on opening night, and it was fucking amazing. Truly fucking amazing. Where to begin, I don't even know. Let's start with Carol Danvers for one. Captain Marvel, Brie Larson. Her story arc was beautifully done, in my opinion. The way they show the flashbacks to her humanity, because she's lost in space, and it's 6 years since her accident, which you'll see in the movie, and so you have to figure her emotions are wiped away, all of her memories are wiped away, and this Kree army is, I kind of think of it as like the Jedi Order in Star Wars, where they kind of brainwashed her and made her into this warrior, if you will. And there's a restriction thing on her neck, and so they're kind of controlling her and they're limiting her power because they know what happened to her and what caused her to have these powers, which, by the way, is the fucking Tesseract. And so this whole movie, she is fighting against this Kree Empire from controlling her, and she learns her true destiny. It was beautiful to watch her in full power. Because the whole movie, she has like little glimpses. She shoots her photon blast and to take off some Skrulls and take off some Kree. But when she takes off that power negator and just goes full beast mode, full Captain Marvel mode, just absolutely stunning and beautiful. She took on the whole Kree space fleet, destroyed all these missiles in midair. I just sat in the theater and I was just like, I can't explain it. Let's just roll back to the beginning. So right when the credits start going, the Marvel logo, it's not Captain America, it's not Black Panther, it's not Iron Man that are typically in that opening scroll. Stan Lee. All Stan Lee. All his little cameos throughout the movies. I teared up. I mean, everybody teared up, and it was really beautiful because a guy in the back of the theater, he's like, "Thank you, Stan Lee!" And everyone started clapping. It was a beautiful moment in the theater. So just off the start, the emotions were there, the feels for Stan Lee. So the whole time I was watching the movie too, they kept on bringing up the Pegasus Project. I'm like, God damn it, that sounds freaking familiar. And the Pegasus Project is actually in the Avengers movie when they're doing experiments on the Tesseract. And I wasn't even making that connection during the movie. And they go to Marvel's secret space station out in space, which was orbiting. It was invisible the entire time. And lo and behold, the energy source is the fucking Tesseract. Like, full circle. And the way that connects the original movies to this movie, it's just... So the Tesseract was used by Marvel to power this like speed light engine to help the Skrull escape from the Kree, because the Kree were kind of like just like hunting them down, and they perceived them to be like this evil race, and they were just kind of like killing off their numbers. And I think the head Skrull said there was like only a few hundred of them left of their species. But the point is, so this engine was powered by the Tesseract, which, when it blew up, it kind of got into Carol Danvers' body, and that's what caused her to become Captain Marvel. What I loved about Captain Marvel so much is how it connected the whole Marvel universe as a whole. I kind of relate it to Rogue One and how that kind of connected into New Hope. It kind of led into that. So you have the Tesseract, you have Ronan from Guardians of the Galaxy coming in as a Kree, Nick Fury and Coulson coming back, and it had all the right little moments in there. And then you have the Flurkin. So Goose, the fucking cat, is a Flurkin, which I'm not extremely familiar with it, but it's a alien species, and basically they have tentacles that come out of their mouth, and they have little space portals or pocket dimensions, and so they can like hold like items such as a tesseract inside their stomach or in these pocket dimensions, and it's just funny because the whole time you're like, oh, it's just a cat, and Nick Fury has that like an emotional connection with them. Goose the Flurkin sold the whole movie. He was probably one of the best parts because at one point Fury's trying to escape and they're unarmed, and like 5 Kree come into the spaceship and they're about to kill him, and then out of nowhere Goose just unleashes like 20 tentacles and like just takes out all these Kree in a matter of like 2 seconds. That part was probably one of the coolest like Marvel moments of all time. Because I read theories that about the Flurkin, and they said like, oh, that's probably too out there to have a space cat that has these like crazy powers, but they did it anyways, and so that was a pleasant surprise. That was definitely a highlight of the movie for sure. One of the best parts was the de-aging technology for Samuel L. Jackson. When you first see him on screen, like you do a double take and you're like, whoa, like it blends in so well and it's so natural. So props to the people that did that part, the CGI experts or whoever came up with that technology, because that was amazing. You would never second guess it the whole movie, and he's in the movie for majority of the time, and so that was one of my favorite parts of the movie as well, is seeing that young Nick Fury, even Agent Coulson too. They de-aged him, and that was also phenomenally done. So props to those guys. And then you have the post-credit scene. I mean, so Captain America, Steve Rogers, Black Widow, they're at the home base at Avengers Tower, and they're monitoring all the people that have been dying on this screen. It's like in the millions. It's like 2 million, 3 million. It's just jumping up. And then in the corner is the pager that Carol gave Fury, and they're like, it shut off, it stopped working, and they're like, this is important, we need to figure out why Nick Fury would have this pager. And they turn around, and who the fuck is there? Captain Marvel. Like, I was hyped for Endgame, but now my hype it's exceeding the roof, man. Like, that post-credit scene had me going. It had the whole theater going. People were just like losing their mind. So some final thoughts is, how is Captain Marvel going to fit into Endgame now? So we know that she has met the original Avengers now because she came back. We know she's super powerful. She has the power of the Tesseract, the Space Stone. She could probably go on par with Thanos based on her power level. She can definitely wreak some havoc. But one thing I read about prior to Captain Marvel was that the quantum realm was going to be in the movie. And I'm trying to remember back, but I don't think they mentioned the quantum realm one time. And so my theory is that maybe since she's so powerful and she has the power of the Space Stone, that maybe within the quantum realm we know that there's time vortexes. So maybe she can somehow either endure it better than like a normal human, or maybe she can like use her power to jump through these time vortexes. So it'll be kind of interesting what Ant-Man and what Captain Marvel will have together, and see how they can kind of either go into like a multiverse or go back in time. Because that's one thing I was looking for any mention of the quantum realm, and there was 0 mentions as far as I know. So I'm kind of curious, like, what I don't want to see is just Captain Marvel coming in and just beating the shit out of Thanos, because that would be too easy. So she has to play some kind of significant role in on how they reverse the snap. So it gave you more questions. It answered a lot of questions, but it also left a lot to be answered as well. Basically, I'm so fucking pumped for Avengers Endgame, which is only like a month away now, and I cannot wait to see Captain America, Captain Marvel, Iron Man all on one side fighting Thanos. it's going to be out of this world amazing. So Captain Marvel, a great addition to the MCU. Definitely go watch it. Don't listen to the haters that are saying, oh, it's a woman hero and it's feminist. Screw those people. It is amazing. Bye-bye, Thanos.